What's up, G-Speeders and my crawler friends? G-Shot time. So here's my personal G-Shot, which I'm sure you guys seen on Instagram, Facebook, and the G-Speed YouTube channel. This thing handles absolutely amazing. I mean, it is the ultimate cheater. Dan Thompson, a team driver for us, came up with the design, and it just everything works. Everything goes together great. You get this thing out on just lines that you think is just going to be impossible, and it just goes right up. So I'll briefly go kind of show you around this rig, and then we'll get into piecing the parts together that come in the kit, and kind of talk about what you'll need to get and just a little tips here and there. So this is mine. Maybe a little hard to see the stuff, but like I said, we'll look at what comes with the kit. So these are the carbon fiber sliders it comes with. Comes with these body mounts that you can mount velcro on. I just got velcro on the back here. I'm going to put some on the side also. Comes with those. Those will not be installed. So all of this stuff, you're going to go ahead and install it when you get the kit, and I'll show you how it comes. So you can see I got velcro on the slider there. That's where I hold my 850 Gen Ace battery. I got my receiver over here. Plenty of room for, tons of stuff. Up in front here, I got my ESC on the G-Shot mounted on a G-Speed TPL battery tray, which it's a tray you can use for anything. And you could kind of see it under there. It's not the white one, but it's one of the prototypes. It's a gray. And that fits perfectly. Mamba X has plenty of room up there. So, and then this guy will come with this cross member, which is actually a body mount also that we use velcro here. You could mount a body post on there, like in form like a type of unicorn mount. And then it's also going to come with the front bumper, and basically it kind of rail guards and bumper. It's going to come with that guy. No, the hardware for the bumper and the cross member is not included in the kit. Like most G-Speed stuff, we recommend you get a K&K hardware, Team K&K hardware monster bag, so you have plenty of hardware to do all your custom builds. But I did include, which I'll show you in the kit, hardware for the skid plate, because there's one set screw that is not real common to everybody's hardware, and it's a 20 millimeter by 3 millimeter set screw. So we'll put this one off to the side, and we'll see what comes with the kit. So when you buy the package from the G-Speed website, you're going to get a full 4-link kit, Hardcore RC. So everything in here, just like you've seen their stuff already, which is amazing. It's all color coded. It comes with the rod ends, and it is specifically designed for this build here for a 13-inch wheelbase. Oh, and I show you one last thing on here. And I'll have some still pictures too, so you can see a little closer. But the rear links, they're mounted on the outside. I have them on the center hole on the bottom, and between the rod end and the rail is a 2 millimeter Team K&K hardware spacer. So it's good to get a spacer pack from Team K&K also, and have that on hand all the time. It comes with assorted spacers, so you can use them to space the shocks off the rails, just like the rest of our G-Speed builds. I believe these guys here are 4 or 5 millimeter spacers for the shocks. But like I said, you get the assortment pack, and you have plenty to choose from, and pick and pull whichever ones you want. So these are Capra axles. That's what these links are designed for. I'm 98% sure these links are going to be good with the super shafty Capra axles and the Vanquish, but I have not personally mounted them up, but supposedly those axles are direct swap onto a Capra using stock links, so they should have the same geometry. So put this to the side for a second. And then, so like I said, you got the links, and then here's the G-Shot package. So let's see what we got in here. So a couple bags here. So the first bag, open it up. You got your center cross member body mount. That's in the front. Kind of point some stuff on this guy as we go. That's this guy. And you're going to use your own hardware for that. This thing's got some brass inserts, threaded brass inserts, so it's super solid. And or some 8mm screws I'm going to use to mount that to the rails. And then also comes, like I showed you, is the front bumper. No brass inserts needed on here, but four 20mm screws will go right through the outside, and then it threads into this 3D printed piece right here, and it's super solid. So you'll need 20mm screws for there that are in the Team K&K hardware pack. We'll put that guy there. Then you have the newly designed G-Shot skid plate. So where the links are wide, that's towards the back of the rig. In the front of the rig is where the links come together close. And also there comes with a spacer to put underneath your 3-gear, axial 3-gear or aftermarket 3-gear transmission to space it up some for clearance. So you got that guy. And then the hardware that I'm including, I wasn't going to, but it is now included in your package, is one 20mm grub screw or set screw. So this guy here is going to hold the front links in. So this is going to go in with a 1.5 millimeter Allen, which I'm actually going to thread it in with the hand drill just before it touches, and then finish it off with the hex driver. So, but you want to go really slow. This is delrin, it is plastic. If you go fast, you will heat it up. So I just go super slow. And these G-Shot skid plates, just like the white delrin skid plates that come in the other packages, all these holes are threaded. This by the same guy that's been making my skid plates forever, which is Ty Johnson from TGH-V3 products. So I just get it down to where it's almost hitting the other side, and you're obviously going to have your links in here and your rod ends, but I'm just kind of showing you this part real quick. And then when it touches the other side, just go in about a full turn, and maybe a turn and a half. That's all you need. That's plenty. So that's for the middle. And then to put your rear links in, which comes with the kit, is a couple 20mm button head 3mm screws. So these here are going to go through the outside of the slider, through your rail, and then into this skid plate, and basically holds your slider, rail, skid plate, and rear rod ends in, all with this one screw on one side. So that's the hardware you're going to get. We'll put that in there in a second. And then once you have your front rod ends in with that 20mm set screw, then what's going to hold the sliders, the rail, and the skid plate together is these 12mm button head screws, 3mm by 12mm. And these are going to come with the kit also. So these will go through the slider, through the rail, and then into your skid. So that's those. And then in the other bag that comes with the package is your sliders and your body mount assembly. So they're going to come with the protective coating on there, on the carbon fiber, so it's super easy to peel off. I like going right here at this spot, and then just with your fingernail, you peel it off and see this super cool looking carbon fiber. So we're just going to pull this off, and then we'll do one side just to give you an idea. The rest is up to you, and then we got plenty of support on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube if you want to send a message through there, or email me or call me. My phone number is on the business card, and I thought it was on the packages, but anyway, my business card goes out with every package, so give me a call. So there's one slider. It's going to come with obviously two of those. Two of the body mounts, which they're mirrored. Each side is different. And then your slider to chassis rail mounts here, which they have brass threaded inserts in also. So if you look on here, you'll see this thing, the shape. And I'm going to have, like I said, I'll have some still pictures. So the part that's kind of this pointy part here, that's going to point towards the back. So knowing that this points towards the back, we're going to want to take the slider as it sits. This is the front of the slider. This is going to be towards the back, and it's going to go right in these two holes right here. And all of this hardware to put these sliders together comes with it. So you got hardware to put those sliders together, the body sliders to rail mount, and then your body mounts. Those all have hardware. And like I showed you, the skid plate has the hardware. So the only hardware you're not getting is the transmission mounting screws, which you're going to have different lengths depending on what type of transmission you have, or if you use a spacer. So there's just different options out there. I want you to be able to pick your own length there. And then the cross member here, I didn't give you screws there because, like you see mine, I'm actually running my shock mounting screw into the spacer, and then I have another screw going into the cross member there, body mount, and that's one of the 12 millimeters. So, and then depending on how many spacers you want, or how what dimension spacer you want, or you usually run right there, you may need a longer screw. So anyway, I didn't include any of that hardware, but you do have it for mounting the sliders, mounting your suspension links. So, all right, so back to this. So we're going to take this guy and, like I said, back of rig, front of rig. Right there. Some of these will have a little bit of, it could have on the other side a little 3D printing that's like slag there, little pieces. If you see a lot there, you can just take an X-Acto knife or your knife and clear it out before the screw goes in. I noticed that on one of the other ones I put together. This one here seems pretty free and clear. So put that in there like that. Tighten it up. So that's the slider to rail mount. Then the body mounts. So this wider part is the one that goes towards the outside of the rig, and then the small one goes towards the back. And they have brass inserts right there also, and that goes in these two holes right there. So just hold that there. Same size screws for everything. So you got, it comes with 8, which I think these are 6 millimeter long, 3 millimeter screws. Just put this through there. And I'll have the link to all the Team K hardware stuff again in the description of this video. So, bam. There you go. So that's one slider. That's what you'll do. You'll put that together. You know, I'll have still pictures of this so you can see the orientation of these the body mount and the slider to rail mount. So there's that guy. Now, this is designed to go with the TGH-V3 chassis that we have had for a while and is still killing it with our class 2 rigs and our cheater rigs we're already running, and now we're using it for the G-Speed G-Shot. You'll see Dan Thompson, he runs this exact rails. His looks a little different than mine. That's only because he's cut the back of his rails off and a lot of the back shock hoop that he didn't need, but where his shocks are mounted is one of the factory holes that come on this. So his setup is very similar, just looks different because the back is chopped, but the rest of the rails is the same TGH-V3. So you get your skid plate. Your links are already going to be in here. Your links are going to be in ready to go in the back in a second. So, but your front links need to be in already because that set screw is going to hold them in, and you need to get that set screw out of the way so you can use the 12mm screws to mount the sliders to the rail. So, all right, so we got one slider. This part's a little cumbersome, but you just got to get everything lined up. I usually like to put the slider on the rail like this and then put the screw through the outside. It's printed, so sometimes you got to kind of push it through. So you got it just like that. And then you can have your skid plate ready here with the links just sitting on the table. And I'm going to turn mine around because I'm right-handed and just get it kind of lined up. Started right there. Get your 2mm hex and just turn it easy. Make sure you're not cross-threading in the delrin skid plate, and as soon as you feel it go in a couple turns, you know you're in, then you can drive it home. And okay, just kind of snug it down. Not too much, just you want to be able to turn this a little bit so you can get your back screw in. And the back's 20mm button head screw. You're going to have your links ready with the rod ends on, and then have your links, you know, laying here on the table. Slide your link in. Take your 3mm by 20mm screw from the outside through the slider mount. And by hand, no drills for this. Do all by hand. Run this in. Like that. See how easy it is to screw in, because all this stuff, like I said, is threaded. Just like that. So that's one side. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like I said, your links are already going to be in, and you line your rear link up in that hole, line the chassis rail up and the outside slider, and run the screw in from the outside, which is going to hold your rear link, chassis rail, and your slider mount in just like that. And then so that's it. And then the rest of the build is going to go similar to our other builds we do with the, our class 2s and our other cheaters. But that's kind of the basics for the G-Shot. And then, like I said earlier, the rear link I mount it right here in this lower second from the transmission hole, link mounting hole. And your rear links are going to mount from the outside. All the links are color coded, so you open up this package label and look inside, and it's got the table on there telling you what each of them are. The upper rear links, you want the bend closer to the transmission, and that bend is what basically bends the link right around the rail, and then it's able to shoot into the axle. I've got my bend in the lower links closer to the transmission also. We're starting to run our class 2 and our other cheaters like that. Seems to work a lot better for breakovers. Your front links are going to be lowers, and uppers are going to be straight, which they don't need to be bent because that's how this rig is designed. So and then I think that's about it. So got any questions, post them up in the comments, or like I said, email me, call me on the phone. We got the Facebook Team G-Speed Chassis group with tons of people that are in there helping, along with myself when I have time. So hope you guys like this, and it's gonna take you to the top. Thanks for watching. I thought it was more wall, but it's not. Right on the house. Yep. Over to the left.